Coach, can you start with your opening statement on tonight?
Yeah, just another rock fight. I mean, we've had a lot of those in the last couple of weeks, and when you play in a great league with great coaches and great players, and you're at the end of the season, most of those games are going to come down to that. And I'm just so proud of our guys. It was just be so easy a couple weeks ago to just kind of give in a little bit because things weren't going our way. And I think all our guys did was just pick themselves up each time and just play harder and tougher and try to do what we've been instilling in them all year long. And, we got a little lucky. I think things have kind of started to turn our way a little bit, and we're learning how to finish games. And I know it's late, but, we got an opportunity now to be in the tournament. And if you're in the tournament, you got a chance to win.
What have you seen from your team over these past few weeks when you guys have been winning and losing that has allowed these guys to not give in, to not give up, and just to keep
I just think it's our culture. I mean, it's what we believe in. It's what we try to teach. I mean, I just want guys to come and work hard every day and play hard, do the right things that the game asks you to do, and just never give up and never give in. And for me, it's just more about your life, right? That's how I want them to live their lives when they leave here. I want them to live it at the fullest. Whatever it is you do, whatever job it is you end up doing someday, whether you become a pro basketball player or you go and you become a businessman or you sell cars. I mean, if you're going to sell cars, I want you to be the best car salesman you can possibly be and try to go sell 20, 25 cars every month. And that's just what our program is about. It's about life. It's about just more than just winning and losing. I know that's what we all want to do. Nobody wants to win more than I do. And so I just think these guys, when it's all said and done, they're just starting to figure some things out a little bit. And makes me feel good, makes me proud. But we got a lot of work to do. We're going to have to play a really good Jacksonville team. We've just played, and we've already played twice. And, they know us, we know them. It'll be a tough one on Tuesday.
Coach, having the moments that you had with your players and everything that you've been through, everything what this team has gone through this season, what does it say about the character of this group that you were able to finish the regular season with a win like this and carry that momentum into the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot, right? I think everybody at some point in time in your life, you're faced with adversity and you're challenged and you're questioned a little bit, right? I mean, I'm sure I've been questioned all year long, and our guys have too. And for me, it just makes me proud that they've stood tall and they've knocked out all the noise, and all they worried about was coming in here every day and just working hard and getting better. And I think we've seen that. And we've won some good games, and we have some good momentum right now, and it's the right time of the year to have it.
Coach, obviously we honored seniors at the end of the game today, and you're saying goodbye to arguably some of the biggest names, Jamel, Julius, Anthony, guys like that. Just what has that core group of guys really brought in when you look back at when you brought them here over the summer to now, of course, end of regular season, you still have postseason ahead of you, but just all in all.
Yeah, Kelly, senior day for me is, I'm probably going to come across, I don't want to sound cold, but to me, senior days I just don't really overly like them because, man, we got a lot of basketball left to be played, and I think sometimes, people get all emotional and, it's like, but for me, all I'm worried about right now is Tuesday and having those guys being able to coach them again, at least one more time. I get to coach them, They've meant so much to me personally in our program. I know things haven't always gone the way that we've all wanted them to go this year. We probably are all feeling like we should have won 20 games. I know I do. But, man, for them to just, come in here and I don't want to say take a chance because everybody knows how great this program is and how great these fans are and how great this community is. But, we're still in a process where, we're trying to move forward in history right now, and we're trying to get ourselves back into a limelight where we want to be. And so for guys to take on that challenge of coming back here and continue to help us build, it just makes me feel good. And I'm proud of every single one of those guys. It's been an unbelievable group in the sense that they've done everything that we've asked them to do. They've been amazing on and off the court, the classroom, above the 3.0 as a team. They're all going to graduate, and we got two that are going to graduate the first summer session, and the rest of them are going to walk in May. And as a head coach, I think those are really the things that you care about the most, and things that you're proud of. And so, you know, it's just been an amazing group. And you know, I hope and pray that we can go over there to Huntsville and we can find a way to play 4 basketball games.
It was another good scoring night for Jamel, but he also had 12 rebounds. It's the most he's had in a game. Just how much has he tried to work on rebounding in practice and things like that to get these nights?
Yeah, it's probably, you know, it's a really good question by you, but really more than anything, I went to Jamel today and I said, hey, listen, they're bigger than us. You're going to have to guard a guy that's about 6'8" or 9" today. I want you to go rebound the ball and help us win by rebounding. And Jamel's a winner. I mean, if you ask Jamel, hey, Jamel, go run 4 miles, he's going to go run 5. I mean, that's just who he is. And I asked him, hey, go get 10 rebounds, and he got 12. So, you know, he's arguably one of the best scorers I've ever coached, and I've coached some great ones. But he's a winner. And, you know, he's always had a knack for not being the greatest of defenders, but I feel like right now we've gotten him to a level that he's probably never thought he could be at. And, you know, he just makes winning basketball plays now, whether it's defensively, offensively, or rebounding.
And Gabe, he had 11 good game, 20 plus minus as well. Just what did you see from him out there today?
Yeah, I mean, Gabe, I'm happy for Gabe. You know, it's been a tough up and down year for him at times, but just to see him continue to overcome, and I think the biggest thing with Gabe is just how tough he is. You know, he's a competitor, and you know, that's why I love him, is because he just competes. You know, you can count on him. But tonight, you know, or today, late in the game, he made some really good decisions. Made a nice little floater in there and got a layup and got a free throw to go. And, you know, I just thought he was key. But the biggest key for Gabe today was just guarding Johnson. You know, he's arguably one of the best 5 players in our conference. And, you know, I don't know end up what Johnson had. I just know whatever he got, it was difficult because Gabe really worked. He worked his butt off today.
Quick turnaround for you guys. You guys only have 2 days before Tuesday, and probably one of them might be a travel day. Just what is Sunday and Monday going to look like for you guys to make sure you guys are energized?
Yeah, I don't even really know, Nick, to be honest. I'm not even sure when our flight leaves tomorrow. We're probably just making them right now, to be honest. We'll get there tomorrow. We'll probably do something at the hotel, maybe a little bit of a film and walkthrough type scenario. Maybe get up on Monday and get some shots up somewhere and do the same thing. But right now, the most important thing is our legs. You know, we know Jacksonville. They know us. We just played them. You know, I think that's the one good thing about playing somebody is it's fresh on your mind. We know what plays they're going to run. So we can spend less time maybe on that and more time on ourselves, whether that be our body or our minds. So it's exciting, you know, it's like I said a week or 2 ago. I mean, it's like the lotto. You can't win it if you're not in it. And so we're in it, you know, and now we can see what happens. We control it, you know. We got one at a time, and you can't go on to that next day until you win that first one. And it's been a year or 2 or 3 since I've been to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th rounds. So I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
How much does that benefit the game plan when you guys played Jack State 2 days ago and they're very fresh, like you said? How much does that benefit now to know that you guys very recently played them?
Yeah, no, it helps. I mean, especially with like you said, quick turnaround, not like having a lot of time. You know, a lot of the stuff that we can do at the hotel. You know, therefore our guys can really rest. We don't have to travel. You know, when you go to the conference tournament, you can't practice at the gym you're going to play in. So there's really no need in us driving all the way out to another university to get some shots up or whatever. You know, we're like the other team. I mean, Jacksonville won't get to shoot on that court either until the game starts. So we just get ourselves ready to go. We got to understand what we did good, what we did bad the last time we played them. We obviously know it came down to a last-second shot, and I would guess that, you know, most of the time in tournaments, that's what shots and games come down to. And we just need to keep our mojo going right now, and we need to go try to win it.
Now, I'm curious too. What about cons that come with playing a team that you recently played? Because just like you know exactly what you're going to face, they also know exactly what they're going to face. How do you go about coaching that?
Yeah, I mean, you might try and change a few things here and there, but I just think, you know, Coach Harper's a Hall of Fame type coach. You know, he's won over 600-700 games, maybe even more than that. And, you know, he's going to have his team ready to play. There'll be some things that he'll try to change up maybe that we hurt him with, and we got to do the same thing. I mean, they were really good, I thought, here the other night. You know, we just kind of hit a lightning in a bottle there for a couple of minutes, and, you know, it's going to be a tough one. It'll be a battle for sure.
Taking a look at Jacoby, I remember last year during the end of the season, he really hit stride, and then I remember vividly his contribution last year in the conference tournament against Kennesaw State. I feel like this year we're seeing the same thing towards the end of the postseason here, you just really see him get comfortable, and I think last year was the free throw it came down to, and I know he took that pretty hard. Just what do you need out of him this postseason, and just kind of your message to him? He just looks better, stronger, more confident. this time
Yeah, I
around.
mean, I just think that that's what we used to all see in college basketball when we had kids that you signed that were high school guys and they stayed with you for 2, 3, 4 years. You saw that all the time. That's a guy that's been in your program. It's a guy that goes to your practice every day. He sits in your film sessions. He knows what his expectations are. The greatest thing about Jacoby is he knows who he is. And Jacoby's tough. He really can defend multiple positions. Today, he played 25 minutes. He was a +7, plus minus, had 8 points, 9 rebounds, or 8 points and 5 rebounds. So that's a pretty much a usual work day for Jacoby. He's very valuable when you start looking at guys like, Muhammad from Jacksonville State, who's leading scorer in our conference. I don't know how many points he had today, but, he's a hard guard, and Jacoby did a great job at their place. He worked really hard the other night, but, the kid he still had a lot of points. And so I think when you have a guy like Jacoby, you can trust him to be able to guard people like that, and it's valuable for sure. The thing I was most proud about Jacoby today is he made his free throws. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he was 2 for 2, from the line, and that's big for us when Jacoby makes free throws.
Coach, offense, defense, going to a recap of the season, and having the momentum to talk with each player, especially Jamel Jones doing fantastic during out the season. Looking back on how this team has grown throughout the season, what is one lesson you feel the players have really taken to heart, and how did that show itself in tonight's win, and how do you take that momentum moving forward?
Yeah, good question. To me, we all know what it's supposed to look like, and we all know, like, coaches for the most part, they know what they're doing. They know what it looks like. They know. The hard part is always trying to get people to do what you want them to do. And sometimes when you've never had to do those things before, right? Maybe if you were at another program where, and I guess maybe in layman's terms, or maybe the analogy that's really simple is like brushing your teeth, which we all know that's like something you're supposed to do. But when you have small children, right, and you're trying to get them to brush their teeth before they go to bed every night, if you don't make them and they're early, they're not gonna. They're gonna go to bed, right, after they drink a soda or whatever. And so, I just think, like, we just had a lot of guys that, and I'm not saying they're not brushing their teeth, it was just things early on in the year that it was hard for them, because no one had said, hey, look, by the way, we're gonna play defense here, and by the way, we're gonna rebound here, and by the way, we're gonna take the good shots, not the shot that you wanna take. And it was hard. We went through a lot. You got to remember, we had 11 new guys. So you got 11 guys that you're trying to get that across to. And I just think that probably about 7, 8, 9, 10 games ago, we started to see a little bit of a change, right? And then again, some of those games, if they went our way, we're sitting here right now and we may have 16, 17, 18 wins. But that's part of the game too. And sometimes it doesn't always work out and go your way. As a coach, I'll go home this summer, in April or in May and June, and I'll just think about the game at Middle Tennessee, and I'll think about the game at UTEP, because that's just what we do as coaches, right? You don't always think about the game that we won on Thursday night, and you don't always think about that close one, knockdown, drag out that we won today. So, at the end of the day, you just hope that things start to go your way, and they always balance out a little bit. I think if you treat the game the right way, it's going to treat you the right way. So I'm proud of our guys for learning a lot, I believe. I think we're really excited about this opportunity to go to Huntsville, and, we'll just see what happens.
Good.
All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.